Hello, welcome. My name is Anthony Winfield, manager here at Ceasefire Training Center. Prior to you going out there to the range, we want to cover some basic firearm safety rules. First off, make sure you treat all firearms as being loaded. Second, never point your firearm at anything you do not intend to shoot. Third, make sure you check to see what is in front and behind your target. And lastly, the most important one, make sure you do not place your finger on the trigger until you're ready to fire. If you can follow these 4 basic rules, I can assure you have a safe and enjoyable time here at Ceasefire Training Center. Alright, so here at Ceasefire Training Center we use cardboard. Cardboard is mandatory. It will be $1.50 for a cardboard. You can bring it back anytime you come back in or dispose of it in a plastic bin down by lane 10. The cardboard clearly identifies a no-shot zone. If you shoot the no-shot zone, you get a warning from our range safety officers. If you damage our clips or our carrier system, it's going to be $10. If you damage our track that moves the targets down and back, we're going to charge you $50. So if you're worried about costs and incurring any additional costs, make sure you do not aim high. Keep it center mass, you'll be good every time. If you want, we have additional paper targets here. Paper targets are $1 a piece. Make sure if you grab a paper target or if you bring your own targets, you tape it below the no-shot zone. There is always masking tape on the back counter on the range itself. Alright? Most importantly though, we do not want you to shoot in the no-shot zone or above it. Prior to entering the firing line, every new shooter to our range will complete 2 waivers. The first waiver here is the ammunition waiver. It goes over what you can and cannot use at our range. If you have any firearm over a .45 caliber, let one of us know and we'll take it from there. Also, it is important to note, if you do rent one of our firearms, it has to be our ammunition you use. Second waiver is a liability waiver. This one is front and back. It goes over the rules of the range and how every shooter will act when they're out there. There are several spots to initial on both sides. Make sure you read through this thoroughly. So, prior to entering the range, we have a set of range rules. Make sure you read these rules before you enter the range itself. Also, we have them posted on the far sides of the range. Eye and ear protection is mandatory when you go out on the firing line. We have eye and ears for rent if you need it. If you have prescription glasses, that suffices for the eye protection. But make sure you place your eyes and ears on prior to entering the firing line. All firearms will be in a case or a bag when you enter Ceasefire Training Center. If you need a bag or a case, let one of the staff members know and we'll make sure we give it to you before you bring your firearm in. All firearms will be uncased at the firing line. Prior to entering the range, you'll notice a watch your step sign. Be cautious entering the range because there is a drop off when you enter the firing line.
So real quick, I'm going to go over the basic functions of a handgun. First, you've got your mag release right here. You push that, magazine falls out. This is your slide lock or slide release, depending what you want to call it. If you push up on that, pull back, locks the slide to the rear. If you push down on it, sends the slide back forward. Whenever you put a loaded magazine into this gun, just pull back and let go, and it will load around into the chamber. Remember, at this point, do not pull the trigger unless you want the gun to fire. Most striker-fired handguns, most modern striker-fired handguns do not have external safeties, so keep your finger straight and off the trigger until you are ready to fire. As you are shooting, and you shoot the last round in the magazine, the slide will lock to the rear. That's a clue. The gun is empty, so hit the mag release, reload the mag, and repeat the whole process. Something to take note of, when you grip the handgun, do not put any fingers behind the slide here. This does move back and forth as you shoot, and if your thumb is back here or any other finger is going to get sliced open, we'll give you a band-aid, and it's something that you'll only do one time.
Remember, there are only 2 shooters allowed per booth at one time. If you have a party that is larger than 2 and you only have 1 lane assigned to you, that extra person will have to wait out in the waiting area. Alright, so all firearms will be cased and uncased at the firing line. When you do so, you want to make sure that the firearm is always pointed down range. If you're carrying concealed, make sure you approach the booth, unholster your firearm with the firearm pointed down range, clear out your firearm. Once you are finished setting up your firing point, you could grab your ammunition and your magazines and load up on the back bench. It is important to note, all firearms again will stay at your firing line. Once you are finished shooting your string or you are switching shooters, make sure to drop the magazine, Leave the firearm locked back to the rear so the range officer can verify that it is clear and safe. Here at Select Fire Training Center, we want to make sure everyone has a safe and enjoyable experience. If at any point in time you witness an unsafe act, make sure you call a ceasefire and notify the range safety officer. Or, if you see the red lights that indicates a ceasefire, make sure you clear out your firearm, step away, wait for the range officer to make contact with you. Again, let's make sure everyone understands the range safety rules. You are going to treat all firearms as being loaded at all times. Remember never to point your firearm at anything you do not intend to shoot. Make sure you check and see what is in front of your target and what is behind your target. Lastly, never place your finger on the trigger until you're ready to fire. We at Select Fire Training Center are here to help. If you ever have any question at all, come up, ask the guys at the counter, or ask the guys out on the range. Remember, have fun, more importantly, be safe. Thank you.